Yo, what's up, everybody? This is the Difficult to Please podcast, episode 46.
46. Here we go.
Oh, we are recording
Mayweather still boxing. Sorry.
No. We are recording on Sunday, July 24th.
Dang.
2022.
Been a while.
It has been. It's been a month since we recorded. It was kind of like our impromptu holiday break.
Because you did a lot of things, right? You had family over.
I had back-to-back weekends of things. July 4th weekend. You were out. I had some shit. You did AX for a few days. A day, I forget.
A day. I should have went back the second day, but I went for at least a day. Yeah.
Yeah, and then...
it was just cool news stuff, but that's about it. But yeah.
Yes. So it's been about a month. In a month in nerd news and everything we talk about. It's been a kind of a eventful last 4 weeks.
Yep, definitely has. For a nerd, yeah, it's actually
there's a lot of things coming.
There's a lot of things that happen.
Yeah, but before we go on, I'm going back to drinking on the podcast. This is Sunday, so I'm drinking a backwoods dreamsicle. It's a ale with vanilla and orange. I want to say Belgian Beaver has one that's similar, or Ballast Point had one where it's orange, like an orange milkshake, kind of Orange Julius IPA or something.
Oh, okay. Is it pretty good?
This is pretty good. It's not as good as the Belgian Beaver or the San Diego one, but we out here surviving.
We surviving. Yep. I just drank the rest of my whiskey, so
it was a fifth, and it was in a full fifth. If y'all didn't see on stream or recording, I know we're not streaming yet, but
I know. Yeah, I know.
But yeah, it was maybe like 2 shots in there.
It was like half a shot, to be honest. It's not a lot. It's not enough to like get me going or anything like that. So yeah.
Well, anyways,
it's been a really eventful.
A lot of things happen.
Yeah, since the last recording, cons happened. I mean, Comic-Con's still going on right now, I think.
Yeah, it's the last day of Comic-Con.
One more day. Last day of Comic-Con. A lot of Marvel news, a lot of nerd news.
Marvel shit, man.
Yeah. Ooh, they already announced like the end of the multiverse saga is ending next year or the year after.
Yeah,
but
they
it's
already announced.
With Phase 6.
Yeah, but by the time you listen to this episode, you'll already know that there's a Phase 5 and a Phase 6. They have like the Phase 5 movies laid out, and they have the cornerstone of the Phase 6 movies. So that's like, it's really kind of wild that we're back to it. Because since the pandemic, this is like the first in-person, as context, right? This is the first in-person Comic-Con in 2 years. And then on top of that, I'm not sure what year the last time Marvel was at Hall H. I want to say it was 2018. That it's fucking facts don't matter, but I think 2018 was the last time that Marvel had the Hall H announcements where they did the timeline of Phase 4. So like,
yeah, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, so this one's crazy because Phase 6 ends with it starts with an Avenger movie and ends with an Avenger movie.
Yeah, that's
tough.
It's tight because it's like one of my favorite storylines from like the comic book Secret Wars.
Yeah.
Where everyone drops in and they fight like, well, in the comic books, it's fucking, Dr. Doom, but I don't know if they're going to bring Dr. Doom into this.
Well, remember, I think, Fantastic Four is part of this Phase 6.
Oh shit, that's right. Fantastic Four. Yeah.
Fantastic Four, they're coming. I'm excited for that one. That one's going to be dope.
Well, I hope that there's some kind of MF Doom shout out.
I know, right? It has to be.
That's my like her hip hop nerd where like it's somewhere in the multiverse. Dr. Doom is MF Doom.
I know. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, MF Doom.
It'd just be funny having having people
really
rapping.
Like fucking Easter egg. That's
it's like, it's a stunt double again.
Can we get a real MF Doom or real Dr. Doom?
Oh, that'd be funny if they add that to the movie where it's like,
I think that might. Oh shit!
Yeah, like if Doctor Doom comes in and he goes, "That's not the real MF Doom." That actually would be funny.
Yeah. So I mean, so definitely
Danger Mouse. Or Danger Doom, sorry.
Danger Doom is one of the villains in the multiverse in Fantastic Four.
I mean, it's Disney.
It's gonna be Mickey Mouse, and it's gonna be your Mickey Mouse fucking vinyl right there. It's gonna be exactly that one.
Yeah, I bought like a Disney, or I got like a Disney vinyl of Mickey Mouse, and I just like painted an MF Doom like mask over it. It's tight. Yeah. I remember that. But yeah, no. Like Nerd News is sick. I mean, even the DC stuff kind of looks really interesting too. And like, obviously DC has like a weird identity crisis. I mean, they already just pull up. Yeah.
They always had.
And then, I mean, not only that, it's like they're trying to even bust into their own games with freaking the multiverse. Smash knockoff. And then like they just introduced LeBron James into it.
LeBron James.
He's like, I got you, Bugs. I was just like, okay. That's tight too.
Well, yeah, not Marvel, but Marvel got their shit together. DC is
still trying to figure it out.
Like, I think within the last month, I want to say in June that they released the Batman on HBO Max. We took the time to watch the 3-hour film. 3 hour, I forget how long, however the fuck long.
It's like 3 hours, yeah,
bro. Like, I think it. I just don't like how they have to keep redoing Batman's every like 10 years.
Oh, really?
I'm just not a fan of it. I think it peaked with Christopher Nolan. It's so hard. Like, one of the greatest directors of all time. You're like, fuck. Like, how do you
top this?
How do you top this?
Yeah,
I do appreciate there's more Catwoman in the Batman because there's more of interaction. Like, this movie is more like Catwoman and Batman, not just
because Catwoman wasn't in. Was she in the Christopher Nolan one?
Yeah,
was that Anne Hathaway's?
Anne
okay,
Hathaway, yeah. So towards I think the second and the third, right?
Something like that.
Dark Knight.
It might have been the third. No, it might have just been the third. I don't remember, to be honest. Facts don't matter.
Facts don't matter, man.
She existed somehow.
Yeah. DC has trouble figuring out their shit, I think. And then they've announced The Rock's movie, or they did more of The Rock, Black Adam at Comic-Con.
Yeah. And Shazam. I think Shazam's the only thing that actually makes sense. It's kind of funny. It's not as serious.
The thing about, I kind of appreciate about DC movies, from, I think with the exception of sometimes of like, Wonder Woman, is that they're kind of like really serious, like 95% of the movie. Whereas like, you know how, in Marvel, they're like, there's light comedy sprinkled within.
Yeah.
It's like, it's Disney-fied. So it's just that kind of like, I get it. It's kind of family friendly, but versus like DC mostly is very serious and dark themes, which is kind of closer to what the comic, like the whole comic brand is. So I get that, but sometimes I'm like, it doesn't catch fire for me. So
that's true. I think what does work for DC though, actually, this is what I really liked about the DC one was, I liked how they took the dark and serious approach of Joker and they try to do that with the Batman. And I think if you like go that route with the Batman, I think that would be super appealing. I think that would be super appealing, actually. Yeah. I would do that. I mean, I'd watch DC for that, but I haven't seen the Batman yet. I've been told it's actually a really good movie, but
it's good, and then it kind of drags.
Yeah, they said this movie could have ended like 2 hours ago, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad that Robert Pattinson has more of like, he's stepping away. He stepped a lot away from his fucking Twilight shit, and so it feels like it's a good change for him. So cool.
I saw the last movie I saw with him was the one called The Lighthouse.
Oh shit, where he's like jacking off, right?
Yeah.
I didn't see that shit because I was like, nah, dude, I don't want to see Robert Pattinson's dick out.
It's not him like just like busting him, like showing him just busting it, but it's just like, and it's just crazy because it's just him and what actor's name again? William
Dafoe, fucking Green Goblin.
Yeah, it's just him. It's just the movie is just those two, a black and white movie on a school. Oh god, it was just so funny. We just started beating it. I'm just like,
hey,
this is tight. Hey,
what am I
yo.
into? What's going on? Why is this have an Oscar nomination?
I mean, it was a good movie, but like the last one I saw, I was just like, okay, this is definitely not Twilight. Like,
No, man. I haven't it's a trip. I have not seen too many Oscar nominated movies, like best picture movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I guess maybe because I haven't stepped inside a movie theater, and I'm part of the like growing problem of moviegoers where I'm only going to go to the movie to see a really good movie where I'm like guaranteed a good time, or it's the movie I really want to watch versus I'm going to take a chance on movies. I'm like, oh, fuck. Why'd I go outside for this shit?
Yeah, I'll wait. Yeah, I still haven't seen Thor Love and Thunder yet.
See, I can't. Like, I have to have a whole setup, and this is shout out to all my parents. And like, I'm like, bruh, I have to get Amelia set up with some kind of babysitter, and then drive out to whoever's showing it, and then spend the money and the time. I'm like, I gotta block out like 5 hours to watch this fucking movie, bro. Like, fuck, man.
I know.
That's why I get it, man. It's like, if I want to risk COVID going outside, I better see a good ass movie.
So I'm just curious, just randomly, what's your risk tolerance with COVID now? Or like almost straight, or like 2 years in?
I'm committed to my streak of not catching it, for the last 2 years, 2.5. So my risk tolerance though is, it's gotten a lot low. I think for me, it's more of the inside crowd. I get kind of like weirded out.
Yeah.
Like, watching basketball games, I get, because it's indoors. And we're just like packed. I'm like, I still kind of get like kind of claustrophobic, and I get kind of like, I'm willing to rest that like once a month. And then but I'll still like, I'll test after, just to make sure.
Got it.
But that's pretty much the only thing. Otherwise, I'm like not wearing masks inside. I'm not doing as much. I mean, I'll wear it. Like, I'll have like the social pressure of doing it. I was like, yeah, okay, I'll wear it, kind of thing. But like, when you went to AX though, like, how was that? I know this is a weird segue, but go ahead.
No, that's fine, because I was trying to find a way to segue into it too. Yeah, no. So AX was a little different because it's mainly indoor.
Yeah.
And you imagine all those bodies, right? Luckily this year AX had like a cap.
Even though it's been COVID, you still smell the musk of 10,000 nerds in a given arena.
Yeah, it's nutty. So I actually wore.
Shit. It smells like nuts in here. Fuck.
It smells like nuts and BO. It smells like sweat balls and armpits, man. It
smells like a middle school gym locker in here.
It's tight. It's so dope.
It's not. I don't miss that.
But I'm like, that's classic con life. I mean, you get that with like Comic Con too. It's like, oh, it smells. Like, I think my nephews went out the other day or yesterday or today to Comic Con.
Okay.
And they did it after like playing outside. And then like, so my nephew's already sweating.
That's a crime against humanity, man.
My nephew was like,
hoop and go to the gym and go inside Comic Con. That's fucked up.
And like, my nephew's like, oh, at least I'll smell like everyone now.
Oh, that's like, yo, I fit in.
It was tight. Yeah. So, Brie
Larson won't know.
One of us smells like shit in here. I mean, one of us doesn't smell like shit in here. Dude, that'd be so tight though. Yeah, but no, with AX is how to say, I wear my double mask. Like I had that one from Honeywell.
Yeah.
It's like a regular mask, and then there's a filter inside. So I brought that with me because my phone, like after I left like the LA Convention Center, was blowing up with possible COVID exposure. I was like, God damn, sure. So like I logged on, like the White House COVID-19 test. I asked for the max amount, had it shipped, and been testing myself for like the last 3 days, and everything came out negative. I'm like, woo, thank God I was wearing that
I
mask.
can still smell though, so you're good.
I was like, I can still smell. I can still eat food. Fucking, I just think about having Arby's later because just to make sure I have like my smelling senses.
Oregon doesn't have that app, so it just that's why like at large gatherings, with the exception of like, we saw a baseball game in Seattle for one of the weekends, but I didn't test afterward because I'm like, dude, it's outside. I don't really care if it's outside.
You're like, this is good.
Fuck it, dude. It's outside. With like, it's sunny. Like, I'm not going to stress about that. It was more like, if we're going to go inside for like you said, any con or anything that has like over 10,000 people at any given time, that's where I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I should get tested. I should test myself.
You should get tested.
Rapid.
There you go. That's what's up.
But yeah, anything good at AX?
No, it was like actually pretty shitty. So that's probably the last time I think no. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I've talked about this before, but AX cons have been going down in quality for like the last 10 years. I think they got a new board, not a new board. I think chairman or something with the board, and man, those line managements were like terrible.
So
like,
it got worse because of like the pandemic. You're like, fuck, why is
or not even, yeah, well, that too, and nothing was really yeah, and like people were like, well, I'm not sure if I really want to travel anyways. I mean, we did get some Japanese guests and stuff like that.
Okay,
but it's just like it felt lame. Like I was just like, I actually just went there for the artist alley, which is that was the first time three artists I really follow like were all in the same area. So that was way more worth it than actually going to all the industry stuff.
Yeah.
There's like one thing I regret not going to, but it's not the biggest news in the world. It's like nothing I could see on the internet now kind of thing, right? Like I didn't have to be there in person to go to some of those. And I was just like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go. Like I'll still buy my tickets to go, but I wouldn't go anymore. Like unless I really wanted to see something like exclusive. It was so sick when I was over there. I actually lost my badge in the COVID line because you have to prove that you are vaccinated and stuff like that, or have a negative test. And then I lost my badge there. I was like, oh shit, man, sucks. Like I might just have to drive back home kind of thing. Right.
Yeah. Okay.
From LA. Cause I didn't get a hotel at the time. So I drove straight there.
Okay.
So anyways. Yeah. So I was like, okay, I need to get my badge replaced right away. So I got to the guy, right? I was waiting in line, went to the registration line. Dude pulled up. He's like, yo, homie, come on, let's go. And like, I was like, sure, yo, I lost my badge. Here's my email. He's like, do you need anything? It's like, nope, here you go. I was like, where?
No,
I was like, fuck. And he looked at me. He's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'm still getting paid. And I was just like, oh, hi, man. That's my dog right there. That's tight. I didn't have to explain shit. He's like, just give me your email and I'll cancel the old one. I'm like, okay, cool. You don't need to hear a story. That's fine with me. And then,
that's tight. That's tight.
That is tight. Yeah, it was dope. So, yeah, made around AX. The line management's terrible. It's like,
here we are. Line management.
No, this is like beyond.
This is like
now.
Season 1. We talked about how shitty the lines were.
Yeah. First, it's like it's almost as bad as like Complex Con Year 2 lines.
Fuck.
It's like they didn't know how to handle the lines or anything like that, and it was crazy because I walked by this booth and the guy's like, "Yo, we have to cut off the line, right?" I'm like, "Cool, can I wait?" He's like, "No, you can't wait here." I was like, all right, so how do I know you're going to open up? He's like, I don't know when. I got to wait for the line to die down. I'm like, all right, whatever. So the dude watches me. Like I left, right? It's the same guy at the end of the line, right? I left, come back 30 minutes later. He's like, oh, we just cut off the line. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'll just come back. And then I come back like 30 minutes later. I was just like, he's like, yeah, no, it's still closed. Like we just closed it like 5 minutes ago. And I'm just like, you see me,
I
like we've made
flip the fuck out.
Right? It's kind of like, yo, can I just like cut Cause I was like, I'm being good. Like, I'm not waiting. I'm listening to you. I'm just going in and out. So I was like, is this an RNG thing? Like, am I playing a game right now? Like, do you want me to just, like, you know, move my mouse so you know I'm still on the screen? So I'm like, do I take a step back, take a step forward, take a step back? I was so pissed. I was like, I'm not waiting for this anymore. I was so mad. So yeah, that was like my AX experience, and it was really good because I got to meet the artists, but really bad because the event was super shitty. So I don't think I'm gonna go back. I'll buy the tickets, but I'm not gonna go back anymore.
Well, now that Comic Con is coming back, or do you think you're gonna try gambling on the lottery here?
Comic Con.
I don't know. Like, I think.
Do I want? But then I'm just like, do I want to go anymore? Like, that's the thing.
Well, I'll say this as somebody who doesn't live in San Diego anymore, just seeing all the posts and like everyone on my feed like is at Comic Con, and like I got like the most FOMO of like not being in San Diego, even though I have not gone in almost 20 years. Fucking, it's just like seeing, the other, like the cosplay around downtown, and just like knowing like all the Hall H stuff, the big Hall H stuff is here. And I was like, fuck, big FOMO. I usually don't before we left, San Diego in 2019, I believe I was driving like a Lyft, and I got my like fix on that shit. That like, just picking people up and talking to people about the con and like getting their point of view and shit like that was cool. And then it's like, it's gone virtual the last 2 years, and it's like, oh yeah, okay. Now it's like,
what am I
in
missing?
my face, in my feet, I'm like, fuck, big ass FOMO. Cause like back in the day, I just were like, okay, I'm not going to Comic Con. Let me just take it in Gaslamp. Like, let me hang out with Rona and we can just people watch. That's fine.
Yeah. I did that with freaking Drew. Like, that shit used to be so sick back then.
Now it's like, fuck.
Right? So yeah, no, it just, I don't want to say cons are dead.
Cons are dead again, 2022. But would you try though? Like, would you try? Like, if you think the AX is so bad, would you like at least go? Like, would you think about doing the whole lottery system of getting a pass for next year? Like, would you even
to Comic Con?
Yeah. Because if you think it's better at Comic Con, or if there's different artists that you think that are going to be at Comic Con versus AX, whatever.
I don't know. I don't think so. No? I have to be impressed with the programming. It's like, I'm thinking about this now. I'm like, all right, what else can cons do now? And,
it's a consumer fucking like culture, Doug. People are just trying to hustle their shit. Right. So yeah, from a business perspective, I get it. It's definitely a more commerce thing. But it's like, well, what stops me from not buying this online now? Like, I remember I was going to a booth and I was looking for the exclusives. Actually, the only good come up I got was that Evangelion canvas piece. Oh, yes.
I think they're all wearing like street clothes.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, that's worth 200. I'll buy this. I bought it. I had no shame. I was like, yeah, I'll buy this. And I was just listening to people online. They're like, oh, do you think if we get this cheaper online? They're like, oh, and they're like trying to do that micro, like just trying to get the best deal, right? But, they're like, oh no, we have to pay this getting shipped from Japan. I'm like, all right, I bought it already. You took too long. Let me get the shit. Get your ass out of here. You can get the other ugly ones. I want this one. They're all chill. Like I like how the picture looks.
Yeah, like I think you have a point there. Like it's like the e-commerce versus like you actually at the con. You're like, well, what do you weigh against? You're like, okay, can I buy this product or a very similar product? Let's just say like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of random shit. Let's just say like a fake ass sword, right? Like, can I buy this online, or can I buy this in person and get the better deal? Versus the like exclusive shit. You're like, this artist came from like Chile, and it might not be economically worth it to buy it through their Shopify.
Exactly.
Versus I can get this here today, no shipping, no tax, no nothing, right?
Exactly. I'm just helping them pay for their plane ticket. That's all I'm doing.
Then I can see that. And I think that's like the whole. It's like hype and exclusivity, kind of like complex con principles.
Exactly.
Right.
And that's the market, or that's the e-commerce part about it. That's a commerce part about it. I'll look for the exclusives. And then, AX didn't have that many good ones because I was like, well, everything I want, I can just get online. So I'll do that instead. Now, if it was like like you said, just a exclusive AX piece, and it's like, of course I'm going to freaking get it. Like, why not? But then now, like, go into these cons for a while, whatever product they don't sell, they'll just sell it online. Yeah, just like,
it's the hardest hustle. You're like, oh, I can't say it, I'm a con exclusive. And then, like, I still got, as an artist, I got to make money somehow too, right? Like, I can't just hold on to it and be like, I'm gonna burn this shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I spent my money fucking printing these exclusive prints. I'm gonna sell no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. So the incentive to really go to cons is it's crazy too.
Exclusive shit. Buy the exclusives.
Yeah. And then, like, when you want to think about panels and stuff, journalists go to them. Yeah,
what's up?
Panels are pretty cool, but then like, what makes now that they kind of a lot of journalism follows kind of like that the Verge style live blogging during the event, and it's kind of like, well, do I need to do this now? And everyone's just recording videos on their YouTube and TikTok anyway. So TikTok's actually been a really good resource for cons. Like you can hear people like talk about it, live feedback, and like while also streaming it at the same time. It's like, what the fuck? Why do I have to go to these panels? I'm not here. Yeah, I'm here, but I'm not here. Cool. This is the guest. Awesome. Oh, they played a trailer. You saw it like 10 minutes before I did. Great. You know what I mean? Like we've seen all the Phase 6, 5, and 6 and Marvel trailers already.
I think the way I might see it and the way that I have to kind of think about it like that is, so to some people, this is their sporting event. It's kind of like the same shit. Like you can watch it live. You can watch it in person. Like,
sure. Okay. Fair.
Like, oh, like you're going to camp out overnight for Hall H. Go for it. I'm going to see the live stream. Cool. You're going to see this panel of Kevin Feige and the whole ass Marvel, like, and be in the same room and the whole hall and shit, and hear the it's like the in-game experience, or like the fucking whole, like, the whole part of like Comic-Con of going to the fucking con and like, oh yeah, smelling and all the visceral shit. Like, oh yeah, totally different from seeing your updates on social media. Like, oh, sick. Like, I'm gonna get a breakdown on from IGN and fucking Nerdist. Like, oh, cool. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
So, yeah. So thinking about cons now, I'm just like,
you're fucking like indifferent as fuck, dude.
Yeah, I'm indifferent about it. Like, I have to be really enticed to go. Like, for example, what was the last thing I was really excited about Anime Expo? It was during like the Fate Unlimited Blade Work series. Like, what they had was they had the artists there, the writers, the animators,
was that like
voice
2014?
Actors.
What year was that?
I don't know. I think so. 2015, 2014. And then like, I just remember you had to pay to get into that town or to that hall, and there was a concert, interview, special message from the writers.
Oh, that's
like a whole package event. I was like, and you get like, and if you went, you got an exclusive drawing. I was like, yeah, this is exactly how exclusive events should be. Exactly how exclusive events should be. And when they have like, they screened your name at Anime Expo like a year before, or a year, almost a year before it got released in theaters. So it's just funny, like, people talking about your name, like, oh yeah, that's right, I saw it like last year at Anime Expo, that's right. So it's cool, like, when you have exclusives like that, but yeah, there was none of that this year, none of that. Almost 2 years ago, it's just like, come on, man, you gotta give me the experience, man. I'm like Airbnb. I need an Airbnb experience right now.
You need the Airbnb locals experience. Where you need to feel special. Be fucking handheld. Like, yo,
take me to the back seat so I can see the voice actors talk about going to Disneyland and shit.
Yo, I need bottle service.
I want an exclusive. Well, I mean, there's like premium pass for like Anime Expo, but I'm not paying $400 for that.
That's the point of fucking exclusivity.
I know, that's true.
Well, also around that same time at Anime Expo, I will say that it was the first time in a long time that CERN restarted their large how the fuck you say it? Halogen collider.
The particle collider thing, right?
The fucking shit that like changes universes that they talked about in Steins Gate. So I'm just saying, since then, it's a very small possibility that we might be living in a different timeline, or the other that there's more. We started a multiverse event on that day in July 5th, 2022. I don't know if Steins Gate brought that up, but I'm telling you, it is a possibility that there is a divergence event that happened that day.
Part of me thinks that divergent event happened when they introduced a God particle.
You think so?
That?
I do remember that. I do remember that.
The God particle is kind of like, oh, interesting. Like that was like the last time I was like, oh, something else exists. That's pretty cool.
I'll read the fucking press release here. It's
go for it.
CERN is ready to restart its Large Hadron Collider at the LHC on July 5th to mark the 10-year anniversary of the Higgs boson particle's discovery, which is the God particle.
Is that what it's?
That's the fucking the Higgs boson is the fucking God particle, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So
I think so.
They fucking started up again. So 10 years. And the 10 years in 2012, we started one divergence. If you're saying that we started one divergence event 10 years ago, we might have started another one now. Yeah. So there's different time. We fucking already started the multiverse. It's all my science shit. I'm just saying, like, yo, this is a very strong possibility on a science level, on a real, like, theoretical science like nerd level, because this shit popped up on my feed. We're like, it's possible that we fucking opened the wormhole of the fucking multiverse because of CERN doing bullshit again. I'm like, oh,
that's possible. I mean, who knows? What they call singularity events? Yeah.
Fuck, man. I on our TikTok edit, I gotta play fucking Christina and I already forgot. I got his name. What's the main character?
Rintaro Okabe.
Yeah, Okabe.
There you go.
Just a fucking laugh. But yeah, like the fucking microwave shit. Like, yeah, it's all gonna be like imposed on TikTok.
Yeah, like.
It's good shit.
That'd be super funny because you just have you have the microwave. You're like, oh yeah, by the way, it's connected to the CERN particle collider.
CERN. DARPA ass. We already had the robots evolve in 10 years in AI. We just talked about AI robots a month ago.
Yeah, AI robots, the writing, the images, what's next now? AI.
Well, I will say I tried. Robot. The only thing free is the DALL-E Mini, which they rebranded to create AI or something like that.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of things that use that language, and it's interesting what they all come up with. Like different little apps did something random. Like, oh, man, what was one I pictured? I put like cyberpunk box. I don't know what I wrote. I just wrote the most random shit ever. I was like, cyberpunk box, rebellious teenager kind of thing, and just see what they came up with. I was like, oh damn, a lot of this is terrible, but
it's terrible right now.
That's not the idea. Yeah, but that's not the point. Is that it generated those 9 images? I was just like, oh shit, terrible, but I could stop bad.
It'll take I think, a few years to refine the language and the code to get it to a place where what you think it's going to actually output it.
Oh, I know, right? Oh, and that'd be so sick. He's like, I want this in a Monet. Whatever.
Do it cost style. Oh. Or it's like, or like a music, I can see like a music service where it's like Creative Commons, right? You just like royalty free audio, but instead of searching for like Pharrell type beat or like nerd type beat, NERD, they're going to be like, we have a service. If you actually put in the thing you want, we can make that for you. Oh, shit.
It's like, I want this.
I need some off-brand Pharrell.
I need some AI generated Pharrell, please. AI generated Chad Hugo during the years from 2000 and 2010.
I just need fucking nerd beats, Neptune beats. Oh, but
damn, that'd be really interesting. Yeah, that'd be really cool. Royalty ass free music.
What I found out is that some of those services are like paid services. So like some of the marketing,
of course.
Yeah, some of the marketing AI robots I was looking at was, damn, it's like $50 a month subscription.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, that's a lot of money, man.
Man, I was looking at that pseudo writer and it's like $99 a month.
See that, dude? That's where I see like the growth. Like like I know in the last episode we talked about like college papers and writing college essays, but at the same time, like, yo, you're not gonna have $50 a month, $100 a month to pump out these essays for.
Yeah. So this one was supposed to be. Oh man! So check this out. So, they were talking about how I forgot where I was reading this from, but they're talking about how when AI starts generating art, it's going to eventually be normalized. It was kind of like how when the camera first came out,
okay,
painters got upset. They're like, "Oh, that's just cheating. You're actually taking a picture of like an already an existing scene, and you're not putting it on a canvas." Like that's what painters used to like bash on photographers back then. But now if we start doing it with AI, it's like, oh, that's just not. You can't even load up your own. Yeah, is that really art if you don't load up the program and have auto blurs and auto correction? It's like, so then the person's like, you know what? It's gonna be interesting because it's like just because the AI can generate it doesn't mean it originally had good ideas. So, like kind of like what Kai-Fu Lee said in the beginning, it's AI is supposed to help augment it, but AI does not generate good ideas. Like you are the person who puts the good ideas into the AI to figure out. So
until there's actual AI robot that
sentient.
It's
okay. It's okay. Google fired him. Yeah, they fired him.
What was that? It was like the Lambda project.
I forgot what it was. Yeah, I think it was like the Lambda or Delta project or something. I think it was the Lambda project. But yeah, he was trying to prove that AIs had
did
sentience.
Did your fucking Alexa go off?
Oh, the Google did go off.
Fuck you, Google. Fuck you.
That's right.
It's listening. Fucking,
it's listening.
We're talking shit about his counterpart. Fucking Google said, "Fuck you, bitch. Fuck up your recording."
That's tight. I gotta unplug it next time we were talking about AI.
I was looking around my windows. I was like, no, my windows are good, right? Like I muted everything else. I'm like, no, it can't be me. There's no Google device in this room either. So I'm like, oh, that's not me.
It's JV. One like right next to me. That's tight. I totally forgot it was right tight.
There. Talking shit. Oh, fuck. Oh,
yeah.
Man.
But yeah, so with the, be careful what I say now. Yeah, I got interrupted by the stupid ass.
Yeah, Google got you fucked up. I was talking about Lambda and how like sentient beings and that unless a sentient being creates the art.
But yeah, so what the thing with that one is that the guy thought it was sentient, but when I think another scientist took a deep dive at it, it was saying like it's not sentient, it's just giving you the best answer that you think you want to hear. Like
So
it's it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be mimicking. Yeah. So and a guy thought that as sentient.
It's so he put meaning into that word, like into the response, right?
Or no. The AI responded in a way where it only said the things it thought people would like hearing. So it's giving you a good answer, a good answer you want to hear, and not like a robotic one. It's giving you a human like answer. So the guy thought that as sentient, and that's why the scientist was kind of like, well, I would really think about it more. I wouldn't call it sentient right away. So, I mean, that was like one case against the dude who said our AIs are sentient versus another guy was like, no, you just gave it a really good response. What do you got? I don't know, answer data sheet to go through. So who knows? Is it sentient? Is it? I don't know. Does it have good respond modules? I don't know. We'll see. 10 years from now.
We'll see 10 years from now. If everything turns into like iRobot anyways with Will Smith. So.
Oh, that's dangerous, man. Yeah, those AIs, man, they're not gonna choke you in your sleep with the cords like, yeah, motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here.
It's got dark real quick.
I'm just kidding. Nah. I do take that Elon approach to how AIs would see people. They'd be like, just like ants, man. Like, other things to do. Fuck you guys.
Well,
unproductive
Elon
as
is
people.
I was like, oh, the company I'm gonna buy is full of bots, so therefore I can't buy the company.
Oh my god! You know what? People knew he wasn't gonna buy that shit. I had a feeling he wasn't gonna buy it.
Did they?
I mean, there are people who were predicting that he wasn't gonna get it because they're like, "This is an expensive." You bet 44. What? How much he tried to buy the company? 44 billion for it.
At the price he negotiated was $54.20 per share, and to buy out everyone's share and to buy the entire company, it would cost him. It would cost him at max 44 bill.
Got it. And
I only know because I listened to the Pivot podcast with Scott Galloway.
That's true. Yeah. So yeah.
Take that with a grain of salt. I'm always like plugged in on this.
That's true. Yeah. We all are now. I got you into my universe of stuff like that. Anyways, Elon. Yeah, no, he shut the fuck up real quick about that kind of stuff. So trying to get out real quick. But then, I mean, I didn't believe it. Whatever, man. Whatever. What kind of sucks too, because it kind of fucks Twitter over. Because now it's just like, well, he came here. People were expecting stuff, and then the employees are kind of like, well, fuck you. I'm glad you're not here. But it's also like, well, fuck you, board, because you almost sold us out. And then, because remember how everyone
wants to dip. Like all the employees are like, dude, I don't want to fucking be here if he's going to be here.
Yeah. So it's a tricky situation, and I think Twitter got kind of fucked by that. But we'll see. In a few years, I'll still use a product for a bit because people still post stuff there. Because they're like, I don't give a fuck what's going on. I'm just keep posting stuff about my cats playing Stray all day. Look.
Well, I guess my 2 cents is that I think we're going to see a weird situation where Elon's going to be forced to buy and to follow out his contract because his team wrote up all the legal paperwork and oversaw that shit. So I don't know, man. I don't think it's going to be I don't think the purchase is going to be dismissed. I think it's going to be a weird situation where he buys it and then what? He doesn't want to have it, so he can't sell it. So that's like the next step. Like, okay, he's going to own it. Then what's going to happen?
Yeah, exactly. All the bankers want the money from it, so they're like, "Buy it, bitch."
Which
I don't give a fuck what happens to you. We're getting paid. So.
With the recession looming, I'm predicting, this is my hot take here. we're following the same path in 2008, 2007, where the signs were pointing towards a recession in that summer. And by the time the fall hits, you're like, oh shit, we're in a recession. Oh shit, stock market crashed. We're in a recession. And by the time that hits, and then like, so Elon's going to be forced to buy Twitter at highest markup. He's got to sell like his shares of Tesla, which is going to fuck up the entire like tech, S&P 500, all that. So I feel like that's where we're heading towards.
Yeah, the markets aren't looking too good. The last 6 months they're down like 12%, 12 to 16%, according to like all the stuff I've been following from like from my investments I just started in January, plus looking stuff at Public and Coinbase, and I was just like, oh, and like there's only very few companies who actually came out positive in the last 6 months, and guess what? They were all medical companies. So they're all like up like 6 to 12%, a complete inverse. But yeah, no, with everyone doing like layoffs and stuff like that, and like how those M2 MacBook laptops kind of have like weird shaky reviews. It's about like shorted parts and stuff like that. It's like, oh, this wasn't really built like, Apple good way. So it's just like, ooh, makes me think twice before buying something right now.
Yeah. I think the cost to buy a car is ridiculously high because it's factored in with inflation. And when you put in like with the last few years of supply chain issues and chips and just getting all the stuff together, to buy a Toyota, I think a Tundra is like $50K.
What?
For the base model.
Holy crap.
Like new, let's say 2021.
That is crazy.
You're looking at least $50K to buy a truck. A Toyota Tundra. Like, dog, it's a truck.
Yeah, that is a trip.
It's a truck, dog. It's not a fucking luxury vehicle. It's a truck.
Yeah, it's a truck. Holy shit, that's a lot.
So yeah, it's just that to consider. Like, oh, like we're in a weird space, and I'm like, dude, I think that's where I get that feeling. We're like, oh, the numbers aren't reflecting the short term future. I think. Right. So even though gas is really high, we've had a little pullback, in the price per gallon. And, here, let's say the Costco price per gallon in the Portland area, I'll base it off Costco, is $4.79 a gallon.
Oh, okay. That's nice compared to California, but yeah.
I know.
Like my gas is like $5.85 now.
And I know it's a slight flex, right? It's $1 cheaper in Oregon, and I don't pump my own gas, so
I mean, electricity is cheaper for me now. It's crazy. Yeah, I did like the calculations, and me charging my car every day is cheaper than me filling like a tank of gas.
See, that's what's up. Yeah. But also, electricity's
annoying.
More expensive right now too, right? Like.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. I hear it's a little bit more expensive too. So, yeah. Charging my car, baby. Just kidding. Yeah. So, do you think we are kind of heading toward like a recession right now?
Yes,
like,
because fucking FaZe Clan just went public on stock market. So, if you don't know, FaZe Clan is a crew of gamers, influencers, YouTubers, TikTokers, whatever. Mainly they gained their notoriety through gaming. I don't think it's Call of Duty. It was Counter-Strike, wasn't it? I forget what their origin story was.
Probably, because I know they just play it now. They're just like a variety game.
Yeah, they're just kind of like a loose collective that plays all types of games and streams and all that. I think we talked about this before. How like they also at one point in time, some of the crew members was pumping a cryptocurrency.
Yeah.
That rugged everybody and they got kicked out. So because they raked in more than like, I don't know. I'll say 40K. I don't know what the real number was, but let's just say
like
they
got pump and dump.
Fuck, I don't know. Facts don't matter. I just know they did a rug pull, a pump and dump, But the same crew, they recently got a feature in GQ, kind of explaining to like most of America who and what the fuck FaZe Clan is.
Yeah.
Because even like Snoop Dogg is loosely affiliated with FaZe Clan. So recently, last week, FaZe Clan went public on the NASDAQ via a SPAC.
Oh, you went through SPAC. Okay.
They went through a SPAC, but still, the idea that FaZe Clan went public and as an actual stock taker symbol, FaZe.
FCE, so that's why I'm assuming.
Yeah, FaZe. So that's why I feel like there's not been too many high level or high visible SPACs that gone public lately, but FaZe to go public in this kind of like nobody else is going public, and I don't know, it just feels weird. They should have done this either a while ago or they should have waited. So my indicator of them going public is kind of like, oh, I think we're in a recession because this is a fucking terrible move.
Or are they thinking like, oh, because we're heading toward a recession, we can do it cheap, and because like, oh, at least when we grow now, it's going to be a little bit better because it's like, it looks like we're actually making money for starting off hella low kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, let's get a low evaluation so we're not as disappointing next year or something like that. So.
Well, I think the IPO came out as $15 a share.
Okay, that's
it's
that's
not
fine.
It's not. It's not in the where I think Snapchat was going like $50 plus when it IPO'd or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the idea that it's a media company that went public, like, bro, what?
Yeah, like, it's a weird media company too.
It doesn't make sense to me, and that's like my indicator. Like, oh, we're all fuck this FaZe Clan, like, went public.
Well, or maybe this is a good lesson for all like the other social media, I guess, entertainment companies. Sure, let's call it an entertainment company, media, right? But that's like saying like, well, now they have to answer to shareholders every quarter, and it's just like, which I mean, you fuckers isn't bringing in like the right amount of money. It's like, all right, man, you're out of this house. You're broke out of this house. MTV Cribs ain't got shit on us. Out of the house, like making a band with FaZe Clan.
Making this fucking. Hey, I gotta shut down the studio.
I gotta shut down the studio. His kill streak was under 20 today. It was crazy. You gotta lock up the studio again.
I need you to walk to Brooklyn for cheesecake. I need you to walk to Venice for some weed.
I need you to log on Minecraft and get me that item from like the Ender Dragon dungeon. Also, make sure you don't die because I need that shit back alive. I'm like, what the fuck?
Like, I need everybody to do a speed run of Mario 1 on a Game Boy emulator from a Chromebook borrowed by an 8th grader.
That's hella specific.
It's some shit, dude. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I think that the idea that FaZe Clan is a public company is a stupid ass idea. Not even Gary V's companies have gone public. Like, Gary V is all private. So it's like, yo, if Gary V's not going to do it, why the fuck would you think that you would be better than Gary V, at least in this space of going public on the stock market?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
100%. It just makes zero sense. It just sounds like a weird way of trying to get rich right away. And then,
like, I know we talked about it on our Discord. Just not plugging our Discord. This is it's really just me and JV. We're spitball ideas on difficult to please. But we talk about this all the time. Like, FaZe Clan and anybody in the gaming space is like right now in the
stay private.
Bruh.
Stay private,
I know
man.
you're trying to
Just
get your money, but nah, dude. Like, there's really no point. You might fuck up your companies and your future endeavors and like that.
Yeah, it just like what Scott said, man. Like what a lot of business people I've been kind of listening to are saying, this is how you're gonna find out who is a good CEO, because all like the growth companies, they're growing, sure, but now now that the growing is gonna, slow down. It's about the fundamentals of now can you actually generate money for that business, and now we're gonna see who's gonna close down and who's gonna like endure during all this. Like who's gonna keep making money, because now people are worried. Now the investors and all that, they care about who makes money now, because they can actually see something more tangible by seeing like these if these they call it the pocket books, or what do you ever call it? Like if the books match, right? If the books say like, hey, we're making money, then it's good for investors. But then like, if you're dumping money into a company and you're losing money just for growth, it's kind of like, okay, we don't know how this money is going to help us. So those investors are going to cut off those companies, and they're going to focus on the companies that actually generate money. So good luck, FaZe, Galen, to see what you do.
Sorry.
Because just know that Google and Twitter or Google and Twitch are your gatekeepers. They can control how much money you guys make. So better start an ad for something. See you on my Android TV or something. It's hard to be a media company. It's fucking hard.
Yeah, I guess once you start doing like YouTube videos and Twitch streams, you think you got it like all solved and shit. But it's
and like Twitter and Google can be like, no. You have to do bathtub streams from now on.
Hey,
like,
yo.
Fuck. This is what we're promoting now. God damn it.
Well, we're coming up on an hour, so we should start wrapping this. It's been an easy conversation. This is easy. This is easy work.
Easy conversation. This is easy work. Yeah, this is just like a day easy work kind of thing. But yeah,
this is peak difficult to please. We're not a media company. We're not media company.
We're just two guys trying to be the next Jesus and Mary. Oh my gosh, man, I'm so sad.
I know. Me too.
Was it beef between the two, or creative differences?
I'm assuming that's like the way the internet's working. Done. It sounds like they're just not talking to each other. It's kind of like a weird, weird breakup. Especially, I'll say like parasocial relationships online are weird because of like when you think you know someone, you really don't, especially on the internet. So it's like, I have no idea what's going on with these two, like creatively, like what's going on, like why.
Yeah, that's true.
No vibing.
That's true. I mean, who knows? That's true.
Well, let's just do our segment. What you hype on?
I was about to say, let's go do that.
Yeah,
get the fuck out of here. Let's go with you first. What you hyped on?
Hype on. Shit. I'm not the one right now, dog.
Okay, so I'm hyped on not wanting to get a MacBook. Oh. Two things. So yeah, so I was like really hyped about this M2 MacBook Air, and then that turned south real quick because I'm like, well, I kind of want to do like video production. I want to get better at After Effects. Like I want to have that as like my portable work machine, right? Like if I'm gonna edit difficult to please, I want to do it there. You just have like my PC just as like a casual driver and gamer kind of thing, right? And then, that was like a really disappointing thing. And I think cause it's saying like, if you're just going to like use it for like day-to-day document stuff, if I was going to like do writing and whatnot, I would get the MacBook Air. But if I'm going to try doing video editing and stuff like that, they're saying like, oh, just get the M1 Pro, MacBook Pro, that chip, because it's supposed to be better for, more intensive creative work. And then things I'm hyped about, I randomly got a PS5.
Oh, LifeFlex.
I was on Sony's website and they're like, oh, you can add it to your card. I'm like, I mean, you say that. Let's see if we actually get through. So I was just like, whatever. I'll put on my credit card. I don't care. It's probably not going to go through. And it went through. I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to pay this back now. So not only that, I went and I bought a new sound bar. Not like a crazy. I didn't get a Sonos.
Sonos is black goals. That's nice shit right there.
Yeah, so I got a Vizio one. I got an all-in-one bar, and that's dope. And then I bought a new TV too. I bought the C1 class LG OLED 120 megahertz TV that looks really fucking great. I've been like,
that shit.
It's good. It's like last year's model, right? Because the C2's out now.
Yeah.
It's like, no, this is good enough for me, man. Man, TVs are getting lighter. TVs are getting much lighter. It's like, I thought I was gonna get nervous because it's like I had like the wall mount.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was built for like a TV that was like way heavier than like both these TVs. So that's pretty dope right now. And then like I learned how to color correct it and everything. And there's so much stuff I learned about myself while putting this TV together about my color blindness.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we are.
I learned that I'm really bad with warm colors because what was it? Something with reds. Like there's not enough reds that go in my eye.
Oh, weird.
So that's why I like cool colors. So a lot of my color grading kind of tends toward more to cool. Mm-hmm. But then now it's like, yeah, it's only that way because you can actually differentiate. You can tell the difference between colors. Now, if I put things at like a neutral warm, it's too much for me. Oh, it's like fucking orange everywhere. I don't like this shit. So yeah, that's like some weird ass stuff I found out about myself. I'm hyped about my color blindness.
No, there you go. Okay, now I figured out. Yeah, go ahead.
And then there's just work. This is my almost month and a half at my new work, so it's been a trip. But it's been like a fun adventure. And I think I'm going to be here the next 2 years, so we'll see.
There you go. Okay.
That's me.
Well, I as you were talking, I remember what I'm hyped about. I'm like, fucking Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. Like, that's, I know I spent time, like, when they announced it yesterday, I was like, oh shit. It got me a deep dive. I'm like, fuck. Like, oh.
It's sad.
It's sad, but damn.
You want to see
this movie's going to be really good.
Yeah, because you just got the Atlantis and we don't know who the Black Panther suit, like who's wearing it right now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be tight. And also, actually, just to piggyback on that, if you saw the She-Hulk trailer.
Yeah.
At the very end, Daredevil.
Yeah. Matt Murdock. Oh, they're bringing that back. But I know, like, in the more media, I'm like, oh shit, Black Panther. How are they going to explain how Chadwick Boseman passed away, and how canonically how are they going to like bring that in? Yeah, like how they're going to bring all that together. I think that's yeah.
What's up?
No, I was saying I think that's going to be an interesting way of bringing closure to his role as Black Panther.
Yeah, that's so unfortunate too, man.
Yeah.
At least he finished Endgame. But man, yeah, like someone was like, what if they brought back Michael B. Jordan somehow?
No. They already did that in the fucking those Marvel that spin-off series.
It's true. But
yeah.
I mean, Michael B. Jordan's dope. I mean, he could have been.
He's the best villain of the entire fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah. I have to see the Christian Bale one. I heard he kills it too. Christian Bale he's a villain in the Thor movie.
Oh fuck! See, I haven't seen Thor yet, man. I don't know.
So, I gotta see that too. So, hey.
Yeah, that's what I hype on.
I'm excited. Yeah, that's true.
Hype shit. Hype.
All right, let's wrap this shit up.
All right, so what? I don't know. It's fucking rough, dog. Follow us on TikTok, fucking Instagram, YouTube. Smash that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment, review, whatever. We are 46. Wait.